Hey Canucks fans, welcome and thanks for waiting. I am Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. And this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks Commentary Postgame Livestream on March 17, a night where the Vancouver Canucks defeat the Ottawa Senators again by a score of 3-2, again in extra time. But this one is in a shootout as opposed to overtime. So I will go for the first 5 minutes, and then by the 5-minute mark, I will definitely turn it over to you. Thanks for being here once again. Firstly, I'll give a shout out to my Hall of Fame members, Jens95, simalexander, Just Incredible, nucksfan number 29, and Lucas Gates. Thank you as always for your support. I appreciate you. And thanks to the support of all my members of all levels. You're listed in the video description. And if you want to become a member of this channel, click on the join button underneath any of my videos or on my YouTube, on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. So thanks to all of you. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We're getting closer to 6,100 as you'll see, which is pretty exciting. And I want to invite you to like this video, like the fact that the Canucks won, like the fact that I'm here, and like the fact that we together can talk about a Canucks win, like the fact that the Canucks have won 7 of the last 9, like the fact that the Canucks have won 3 in a row, and like the fact that they are inching closer, believe it or not, to a playoff spot. They're only 1 point behind Montreal, although Montreal does have 5 games in hand. And Gmod reporting that Montreal and Calgary are both losing, which is good because the last time we did this on Monday night, Montreal and Calgary both won. So we'll see what happens. I want to give a thank you to the moderators. You guys do a really good job. I know it's not easy. I know it's not glamorous, but I do want to thank you for your help as always. And yeah, so let's start talking about tonight's game. And then I think I may have a funny announcement at the end of this stream. It's something to look forward to on Friday night. So I will talk for the first 3 minutes, and then I will turn it over to you. Well, I got excited about a Jimmy Vesey debut. I think he's going to be really good. I didn't vlog about this yesterday, but when I saw his name on waivers, I thought, this might be a nice low-risk pickup for the Canucks. You might say, yeah, Clay, you're just saying that now. But no, it's true. I did think of it, but admittedly, I didn't act on it. And then I was very happy then when I was getting ready for work and I saw the news that they picked him up. So I did a quick vlog. I got back from church this morning. I did a quick vlog about it. It did really well on YouTube. Thank you very much for all your support, for all your comments, the great engagement on that one. And yes, he warmed up wearing those green St. Paddy's Day uniforms. OVC. And oh no, he did not get to play. And it wasn't because of injury, but because of work permit. He's a U.S. citizen, so his work visa technically says, I work for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's got to switch that to say, I work for the Vancouver Canucks, and then we will be laughing. We have a brand new member. That is awesome. Canucks Dream has joined the CCC Crew as a member. That is awesome. Canucks X Dream, thank you very much. Let's give Canucks X Dream some love in the chat. That is awesome. Thank you for that. And I appreciate you very much. Okay. So the Canucks had to survive without Jimmy Vesey, but they did have Tyler Mott rejoin them in the lineup tonight. And Mott had a pretty good game, 20 minutes of ice time. Wasn't so good on the first power play unit after Tanner Pearson got hurt, but Mott was really good, of course, on the penalty kill, and it just shows how important of a piece he is. I like the Canucks penalty kill, went 2 for 2. I like Thatcher Demko, made 30 saves. He looked so strong in the shootout, you guys, so strong. Didn't look like anyone's going to beat him. Shootout was pretty funny, especially Horvat leaving the puck in the slot. Didn't like that fact that Pearson got hurt. Didn't like the Canucks power play. Didn't look strong. Didn't like the fact that they didn't really test Gustafsson. And you want to go after a rookie goalie, but credit to Ottawa. They work hard. They're not the most talented team, but they certainly work hard. But ultimately, I love the fact that the Canucks pulled it out in the shootout. I was kind of relieved when they got the point, to be honest with you. And then I was really happy that they obviously got the extra point, the full 2 points. Like I said, they've won 3 in a row. They've won 7 of the last 9. We said that they'd have to go on a run like this to fight their way back. And now they're on their way back. And man, just think how exciting it'll be if the Canucks play well in Montreal and then those 2 against Winnipeg at home. And we could be talking about a Canucks playoff race in April, something that was unthinkable in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Okay, I'm at the 5-minute mark. Let's get to your questions right now, starting now. So let's go questions only. For those of you that are new here, I usually answer questions as opposed to read every single comment. But if I have time, I will go back to the comments. Fangirl, thoughts on Besser's goal? I thought it was good. A nice play by Schmidt to start off that play. Then Horvat drew his defenseman over, outworked him on the boards, and found Besser all alone. And Besser sniped it past Decord's short side, his stick side, which was really, really good. So I thought that was excellent. Shannon, do you think they will give Demko a break? I don't think he's going to play both games on the weekend. You could technically play Demko on Friday, then play Holtby on Saturday, because you got to fly across the country and face Winnipeg Monday, Wednesday, and then you have your week break. I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to go Demko, Holtby, Demko. That's my guess. I don't think you can play Demko both Montreal games, then have him fly back and then play against Winnipeg. That's too dangerous. Noah, I'm great. Hope you are well as well. Thank you always for asking. Harsinder Clay, I wish we had a chat yesterday. I learned yesterday evening there's a chance the Canucks go after VC, and sure enough, indeed happened. That's awesome, Harsinder. That's great. I'm glad that you are in the know. It's nice to know that. Hazard, do you think VC will be in the lineup for Friday? I do. I think he's going to come in for McEwen. McEwen only played 8 minutes, although productive 8 minutes. He had 5 hits, but I think when you just look at the ice time, I would see VC come in. I would see maybe Mott or Harlech drop down to the fourth line, but I could see a third line of VC, Sutter, Harlech, and then a fourth line of Gaudette, Mott, and I guess that leaves. How did I mess that up? Sutter. No, start again. I could see a third line. Yes, I got it now. I could see a third line of Sutter with Harlech and VC, and the fourth line would indeed be because Chatfield played tonight. I forgot about it. The fourth line could be Gaudette with McEwen, and then Mott drops down the fourth line. Regardless, I do expect to see Jimmy VC on Friday night. Holtby and a first for Watson. Not sure if that's going to make it work. I'm not sure what the money would be, but no, I would not do that. Canucks Stream, was Ottawa's offensive approach something you expected the Canucks to be doing on a daily basis? Was the Ottawa's offensive approach something you expected the Canucks to be doing? Canucks Stream, I'm not sure what you mean by that question. Are you talking about the way that Ottawa gets pucks in net? Is that what I expected Vancouver to do? No, I think Ottawa gets a lot of pucks in net because they're not talented enough as other teams. And maybe they just throw a lot of pucks at the net, if that's what you're asking. But please correct me if I did not answer your question properly. By the way, 50 of you in here, thank you. Only 16 likes. Let's bump that up to 25 or 30. Like the fact that the Canucks won. Like the fact that we're here. Like the fact that I got a new setup. Like the fact that Canucks Dream is a new member. Like the fact that Canucks have won 3 in a row. Like the fact that the Canucks have won 7 of the last 9 and are on the precipice of a playoff spot. 1-0 Oilers and 2-1 Jets. Okay, how you doing? Keep us updated. Thank you. Max, you're great at public speaking in these live streams. Any tips of how to stay confident and not be nervous? Max, thank you for your nice compliment. I have, I'd say 20 years, maybe 30 years of public speaking experience. Everything from high school student council president to youth work. I've spoken at conferences. I've emceed 18 weddings in my life. So I've never met a microphone or a camera, for that matter, that I haven't liked. I do these, not just these live streams, but I do daily vlogs where I don't use a script. I just press record and start talking. So it's practice for sure. It is confidence. I think truly it's okay if you stutter, if you use word whiskers. That's fine. That's natural. I stutter. I say, you know, a lot. I say, a lot. But I think as long as you are genuine, and as long as you believe in what you're talking about, and those are the two things with any type of communication, I think. As long as you're passionate, you care about what you're talking about, and that you're honest about it, I think those two things come across really, I won't say really well. I don't know if I come across well, but I know I'm pretty confident in my own ability, sometimes too confident. But Max, thank you for the nice compliment for sure. Gmod, why even dress Chatfield? Yeah, that was strange. I'm not sure who was out there for the warm-up, but you think if you knew this was a potential issue, you still have Michaelis and Eriksson. Actually, Eriksson got assigned to the taxi squad, so maybe it was Michaelis was your other option. Yeah, that was strange. That was strange. Noah, if Edler and Sutter depart from the Canucks, who should be the new alternate captains? Great question. I could see you're probably looking at a defenseman and a forward. So up front, I could see it being Petey, Besser, or Miller. I could see any of those guys being alternates. And on the back end, I think it could be Myers or Schmidt. Jim Vertanen told me he wants a raise 8 times 8. Yeah, if you're talking about thousands, maybe. No. 3-1 Jets. Nice. How you doing? Fangirl. What can VC bring to the Canucks? Can't wait to see him play. He's a big body. 6'3", 200 pounds. He's a good penalty killer. He can play up and down your lineup. And he has 2 17-goal seasons. I think he's an upgrade in our bottom 6 for sure. So I look forward to all those things, Fangirl. Up to 60 viewers now. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. Harsunder, pop quiz Clay. This is the 4th waiver claim Benning has made. Can you name all 4? No, I don't think I can name any of them off the top of my head. I'd have to think about it. And I don't want to bore you with my thinking. So Harsunder, I give not very fun. I give up. Type them all out in the chat, please. Who's that guy? Emerson Edom. Is Emerson Edom one of them? I'm going with Emerson Edom as one of them, but that's all I know. That's probably not even right. Avash, hey Clay, wasn't it interesting how VC was a last minute scratch even though he took the warm-ups? Yeah, and I talked about, hopefully you heard it and you heard me talk about it or you heard about it, that it had to do everything with a work visa and not nothing to do with an injury, thank goodness. Okay, maybe it wasn't Edom. I'll wait for Hersinder to say. Sean Avery, did you watch any highlights from the Rangers game? No, I just know they were up 9-0. Zibanejad had 6 points, and that was only in the second period. What was the final score? 2-0 Edmonton. Nice. Any word on when Pettersson will be able to play? Coach Rob, I would not be surprised. Oh, you changed your name to Coach Rob. That's awesome. I would not be surprised if he doesn't play until the week-long break. Let's say the injury is worse than they're letting on. We know he's not going to play in the 2 Montreal games. So that really leaves only 2 more games before another week off. Maybe you don't risk it and you don't have him come back till March 31st. I know it seems like a long time for now, but that might be the smart thing to do. Avash, was there any update on the Pearson injury? No, I haven't heard. Maybe they'll say something in the post game. Ottawa had a lot of shot and a first shot mentality. Yeah, Canucks dream. I agree with you, but I'm not sure all those shots were actually good scoring chances. Cold Trails Detective Podcast. Nice. How are you, Clay and fellas? We're doing great. Thank you. Glad to be here after a Canucks win. I nearly died this morning in a house fire, but miraculously I survived. Feels great that turned out. Wow. If that's the case, Cold Trails, I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm so grateful that you did survive. That is very scary stuff. Thank you for being here. Wow. Was Chatfield playing forward today for 1 shift? Yeah, and I think he wasn't on the ice when Ottawa scored, so I don't know when they stopped playing him. I'm going to look him up right now. I have a feeling it's probably not good. Yeah, Chatfield played 2 minutes, so he probably had 2 or 3 shifts, but he played 2 minutes. Reels, how's it going, Clay? Another dub for the Canucks. The playoff chances are getting better. Thoughts in Green not putting Hoglander OT and in the shootout. I want to see him so bad in the shootout. Yeah, I was hoping I don't know why you put Sutter out there. Like, maybe if you have to win a face-off, but he's not that fast. He doesn't have a lot of finish. I'd like to see Hoglander out there instead. Yeah, you go with Horvat and Besser, and then you can go, I guess, who played with Miller in the overtime? I know it's Horvat, Besser. Then it was Miller with who? I know I saw Jake out there. I saw Sutter out there. I'm missing one forward then. Yeah, it's kind of strange pairings there for sure. And I'd love to see Hoglander in the shootout for sure, but maybe Green doesn't trust him because he's a rookie. I don't know. Truds, hey Clay. Greeny is juggling lines too much in the game. Guys aren't getting synced with each other, and it shows. He needs to Hogs and Jake stay only with Horvat. Although I do like Horvat and Hoglander and Besser. I thought they looked good. Remember, they only had 11 forwards too, so they were naturally double shifting Horvat once in a while, and they're trying to get McHugh into the game a bit. So, and Gaudette. But yes, I give him a pass tonight because inexplicably they had 11 forwards dressed. Hey, Clay, how are you? I'm great, Harry. Nice to see you. Your thoughts on today's game? Thought it was okay. The Canucks kind of played down to their opposition, but they don't lose, which is good. And also acquiring Jimmy Vesey. I vlogged about it today. I think it's a great low-risk pickup. Will he play next game? My guess is yes. If they get their paperwork set out, I think they will play him. They'll want to see what he can do. Nux, hey, Clay, man, I was so excited to see Vesey play tonight. Me too, brother. Me too. Sean, Avery, everyone talks about Lind and Gadjevich potentially making the team next year, but Jacek also has the same amount of points in Utica. Do you see him having a future on the Canucks? I don't know. I like parts of Jacek's game, but yeah, I see Lind and Gadjevich, and you don't forget that obviously Podkolzin coming up. I don't see Jacek beating out any of those three guys. Definitely not Podkolzin and Lind next season. Oh, so it's Boucher, VC, McMillan. Very good. And Camarosa, I saw. Very good. See, I'm not good with that kind of Camarosa. I'm not very good with that kind of stuff. Thank you, Hercinder. Good guesses, Sean. Inferno, do you think the Canucks can revitalize VC's career like they had done with Levo and Leipzig? I sure hope so. I remember I wanted the Canucks to get in on the Jimmy VC chase 4 years ago when he decided he wouldn't go to Nashville. So he's still relatively young. You know, he's not super young, but he's 27. So he could still have 2 or 3 good years in him. Why not? Why not? I'm excited. VC and Harlock wasn't as noticeable today. Emerson Edom, what a throwback. Yeah. LA Women's Hoops. I'm not sure if I'm even saying that right. Oh, LA Women's Hoops. Sorry. How many times have the Canucks worn the reverse retro jerseys? Didn't they do it for that homestand? And didn't they go like 0 for 5 or 0 for 6? It was really bad. Oilers up 2-0 and Jets up 3-1. Thank you, Justin. Noah, hey, Clay, did Toronto probably put VC in waivers because of how stacked they are up front and how many guys they have on their team? Yeah, exactly. And as soon as they did that, they activated Galchenyuk. So, you know, I saw some Toronto fans saying, man, this guy can't even make our lineup. Now he's going to be one of your best players. Fine, I don't care. I don't care how we get them. We need cheap players that can hold their own. Who you betting on in Montreal and who's in goal? Matthew, I love the way the Canucks are playing. I think they'll win the first one for sure because I think that's the one that Demko plays. And then we'll see right after that. Back-to-back, so tricky. But I think the Canucks will at least win the first one with Demko in net. Ronald Kennens. Very good. Ronald's Kennens. Miller's shootout attempt was cringy. Yeah, Gmod. 2 of their best, or at least he shot. I was arguing with my son Sean that I could have done a better attempt than that. Maybe I wouldn't have scored, but I could at least do what Miller did. And then I could definitely do what Horvat did. That was weird. But Demko looked really dialed in the shootout, so I wasn't worried. Yes, Sutter, Eriksson, Roussel, Burling, Bigo, Ferlin, Berchi. Doesn't VC know Miller from New York? Yeah, no, a good point. I never made that connection, but yes, VC played 3 years there, and Miller was there during that time, I think, at least for 1 or 2 of those years. Shafin, yeah, my reaction to Donnie and Dollywall, called The Team, and Sekeres and Price. Yeah, Sekeres and Price, I listened to their whole podcast. They're starting as a podcast, but they want to go full live 3 hours, 3 to 6. So that's going to put a dent into Sportsnet 650 for sure. I like it. I like all 4 of those guys. I think it's great that there's local content. So yeah, I think it's wonderful news all around. Be interesting. And I tweeted about that last night. It'd be interesting to see what has the most steam. Will it be Rob Fay in the Nation? Will it be the Vancast who've upped their frequency? Will it be Sekeres and Price 3 hours radio show? Will it be not radio show, audio show? Will it be Donnie and Dollywall 2 hours on Czech TV? We shall see. Yeah, Hercinder, great point. I was explaining, we were talking about it as a family, that a rookie goaltender, you have no book on him because you've never seen him play. But the goaltender, likely through his coaches, does have a book on the Canucks shooters. So you'd argue that actually the goaltender had an advantage in the shootout. Gmod, Clay, I grew up a Hasek fan, and after watching Luongo play junior near my hometown, I followed his career. Who would you take in their prime? If I had to take those, as much as I love Luongo, I'd take Hasek in his prime. I think he had a knack for making the unbelievable save, and I think maybe mentally stronger So I'd go Hasek over Luongo. Nux Clay, do you think Canucks trade Roussel at the deadline? What do you think we can get back for him? I think they should try, but because of his contract, kind of ugly, I don't think we're going to get much. Maybe a 7th rounder, like a late rounder. No wins wearing the retros. Yeah. Clay, who cares what Leafs fan thinks? What matters the most is Dangle was upset about losing VC. Yeah, I haven't watched his vlog yet. I'll have to check that out. Toronto fans saying that about VC, but really taking Ottawa scratch to their top 6 possibly. VC might excel with opportunity. Yeah, T-Dot, I like that. Try to take Clay. Good idea to give DiPietro the start on Demko's night off. They were saying that he needs some starts this year. That might work. No, Truz. As much as Holtby hasn't been good, I don't put DiPietro in over Holtby. Remember, DiPietro hasn't even played a game yet in a year. And Holtby gives us a better chance to win. And we're obviously still trying to win. Fangirl, does VC stay in Vancouver for longer than his current contract? I think it completely depends on how well he does in the last 2 months. Arso, hey Clay, how's it going? We'll take the win today. A little concerned with how many chances Ottawa's getting, but hopefully we can clean it up for the next game. Yeah, I think we can. Montreal is a much deeper team, as we know, than Ottawa, so the Canucks will have to clean it up for sure. Sean, I challenge your son to a bike lane race to see who the better Sean is. Sean, respectfully, my son Sean is not the best bike rider. Cyclist, I guess is the term. I'd say my second son Jacob would be a better match for you. Gmod says Hasek for sure. Yep. What would you do to get Miller playing with more energy? He doesn't seem to have a lot of energy with Jake and Pearson. Yeah, and that might not happen anymore depending on how bad Pearson's injury is. I like to see Besser with Miller. At least there's a bit more chemistry and a bit more experience there. Demko has basically carried us to 6 wins in 7 games. Yeah. And the funny thing is he doesn't look tired doing it, which is crazy. Bilu Omini, Clay, do you think Demko could lead us to a cup final like Luongo did once we have a better team in front of him? Absolutely, yes. You guys know this. You already know what's going to come out of my mouth. I've said many times in the stream and on my vlog that the Canucks have Luongo-type hopes for Demko. I'm not sure why I'm talking like a goofball, but yes, I've said it many times before. I've heard it from inside of the Canucks themselves. A source in there, Harsinder, would probably agree with me that the Canucks indeed do have Luongo-type hopes for Demko, and that means indeed getting to a cup final. Absolutely. Tayeb, will VC take Pearson's place if he doesn't return for Friday or Saturday? Yeah, it's almost like perfect timing. If Pearson is hurt long term, then you try VC on the second line. Yep. Sean, by bike lane race, I actually meant a contest of who can yell at the most cars parked in the bike lane before time is up. Okay, Sean, I think my Sean would be good at that, but no, I don't know if we could beat your world record. Don't you feel bad for Decord Tupper? Yeah, what was it? Was this knee or was it groin? Yeah, that was bad. I felt bad. Didn't one of our D-men take a shot too, and he made the save when he was lying down? I think the referee blew it down already, but still, I remember him making a save while he was on the ground. Adam, I'm doing great. Hope you're doing well as well. Always great, but especially after a Canucks win. Fangirl, what were the Sedin strengths in their prime? Everything except fast skaters. Their puck control, their anticipation, their passing, their hockey eye sense. I just showed I have no hockey eye sense. Their hockey sense, their hockey IQ, their leadership. But if you had to break it down to highlights, whenever you see the highlights, it was their cycle game. It was the way they controlled the puck. Jervy, do you think VC will play with the Canucks when they face the Canadians? I do. I do think he'll be in the lineup on Saturday. Tayab, when do you think Buffalo will break their 12-game losing streak? I don't know. Maybe on their 14th game. I don't know who they're playing next, but yeah, that's pretty sad. Also, do you think we should prioritize signing Demko to a long-term deal? No, I think it's too uncertain. I think we can still go 2 years without taking him to UFA, right? I don't know what his contract status is, but likely Pettersson and Hughes are going to be on bridge deals. I do think we've seen enough, but I don't think Demko will want to sign a long-term deal when you don't know what the salary cap's going to be. But yes, we should. I was so mad when Jake was out in OT. That was a risky move by Green A. Clay. Yeah, considering that he body checked his own player in Quinn Hughes. Rumax, excited for Podkolzin? Absolutely. I think he does make Pearson a bit expendable, but we'll see. Noah, hey, Clay. Oh, wait. Yeah. Hey, hi, Clay. Was it surprising when we signed a VC? No, I wasn't surprised. I wish I vlogged about it to make me look smart. A lot of people were saying that would be a good move, but no, low-risk move. Why not? Hoglander instead of Vertanen OT. Yeah, I'm down for that, Tayeb. Oh, Shafin, 2 years gets Demko to a UFA. Okay, then I think you do try and sign him long-term. Thank you for that. How do you want to go after? Oh, who do you want to go after during the trade deadline? Taylor Hall for me. Yeah, Jogpaw, I don't know if we have the money, though, to do that. I don't know if the Canucks are going to be buyers. I sure hope not. That's kind of a short-term thinking. I'd be fine if they don't go after anyone, quite frankly. Coach, did anyone ask yet who you think will be the new coach in Buffalo? No one's asked that, Coach Rob. I don't know. I don't even know who's out there. I guess Gerard Gallant's still out there because everyone was wanting him to replace Travis Green a month ago. Madison, hi Clay. Sorry, I'm kind of new to watching hockey. Do you mind explaining what UFA is? Sure. Madison, a UFA stands for unrestricted free agent. Basically, as soon as a player enters his 8th year. Now, there are some exceptions for sure, but generally the NHL is set up where the team that drafts you can basically keep you for the first 7 years of your career. So that's why every entry-level contract's 3 years, and then oftentimes you'll see what's called a bridge deal, a 2 or 3 year deal next. Because remember, 3 + 2 or 3 + 3 means only 5 or 6 years. If for instance, if Pettersson and Hughes sign a 2 or 3 year deal, then that means their total years with the Canucks will be 5 or 6. That means when those contracts end, they are still a restricted free agent, RFA, not a UFA, unrestricted free agent. So you always want to make sure that you don't go 3 year entry level plus 4 year next contract, because then they're at 7 years and then they can walk after only 2 contracts. So again, for a second contract, it's usually 2 or 3 year bridge or a 5, 6, 7 year UFA long-term deal, a deal that takes you to UFA. So that's what a UFA is, unrestricted free agent. See, and once you are a UFA, as soon as your contract ends, it's unrestricted. You can go sign with anyone. Restricted means the team that holds your rights has certain advantages put in play where they can try and re-sign you first. Now, there are exceptions, but I won't go into those tonight. But that's basically the first, that's the gist of it. So I hope that makes sense, Madison. Billumini, do you think Hughes would be better in the shootout than Besser? Broccoli can snap in a game situation, but I've never seen him score in a shootout. No, I don't know. I still think you go, actually, now that I think about it, maybe it's worth a shot. I know they practice these in practice, so and that's how Travis Green tries to kind of gauge who his best shooters are. You also go with who's hot. You remember Besser scored in the game, had a pretty good game, so you kind of go back to him for the shootout. How meaningful is September 28th, 1972? Good question. I don't know. Pearson injured close to the deadline. Shafin, great point. Never thought about that. Predictions against the next 2 against Montreal. Say we win the first one because Demko plays. I think we get a point in the second one. Extra time, but we don't win. How's that for optimistic? Gmod, I know you're a nice guy, Clay, but which team's fans are the worst to you? You know, it's funny. I've never had poor experience with teams fans. It was fun when we were playing Minnesota, St. Louis, and Vegas, because during the regular season, no one cares, and no one cares about me, right? And I'm not very antagonistic on here. People might not like me, which is fine. I'll get a weird comment here and there. But and even the Canucks, before last year, weren't in the playoffs since 2015. And as much as I hate Calgary, I don't think Calgary fans, they care about me. So even in the bubble last year, Minnesota, St. Louis, Vegas, the odd comment, but there was nothing really that rough. So we'll see. I can't even answer that, not because I'm so likable. I no fans come to the top of mind. Fangirl, what was worse, Petey's injury or the mumps outbreak in the Canucks organization a few years ago? Well, I think given that the Canucks are still winning and the mumps are a little more scary, affecting more than one player, I'd go with the mumps. Madison, you're most welcome. I hope that does make sense. Gmod don't like Leaf and Habs fans. That's fair. VC is a win from losing Levo. I think you're saying he picks up more points and goals. Benning's contract is 2 more seasons after this one. Will that make a difference in the decision if we fire him or not? Coach Rob, I heard people on the radio saying now with the Canucks turnaround, that it's not a given that Benning goes at the end of the season. Canucks for the Cup. Howdy, Clay. Thanks for watching my memes video. Yeah, that was really funny. What was your favorite part? I liked. I don't like Trump, but I like the dancing. I like Tortorella. I think you got that from that "Don't Push Me" video. So I thought the whole thing was quite creative. Yes, Gmod, Jeff King is a cool Leafs fan. Not sure where he is tonight, but Jeff King is very good. And remember, he was the main reason why we got Gil on the stream on Saturday. Tayeb, I'm Pedersen's brother's friend. And he said to me he'd like to come to Vancouver, but he's with Arizona. Should we try and trade for him? Yeah, I don't know much about his game, Tayeb. You have to tell me. Who are you keeping, Gaudette, Virtanen? Keeping Gaudette because he plays center. Or he can play center. And he's cheaper. Harsinder, remember how good Edler was in the shootout when he was chosen by AV back in the day? Also, Sutter is pretty good as well. Shouldn't Travis Green go with them more often, Clay? Yeah, I don't know what our record is in shootouts. We're pretty good, right? So I know Horvat generally scores. I can't remember the last time Besser scored. So maybe you try one or two new guys, but I'm not sure if I would say Edler and Sutter were my first choices. Yes, no, it was getting a little nerve-wracking. I was actually hoping that the Canucks would send it to extra time because they certainly weren't controlling play in the third. Ottawa was. Billumini, Clay, do you think Holtby just doesn't fit in Vancouver's system? He's a good goalie, but we rely on good goaltending, whereas he in Washington definitely had some better D in front of him. Yeah, some better D, but they still struggled a lot too. I think he's admitted that he's trying to adapt to Ian Clark's style, but he's a veteran goalie, so I think that's what we're seeing a little bit. Hello, Chris. Sheldon, which fans are the most hostile to their own team? Well, Canucks Twitter, not just the fandom, Canucks Twitter specifically is notorious. Elliot Friedman talks about it all the time, others. But I know when things aren't going well, Toronto fans are brutal on their own team. And I'm sure that Montreal fans are as well. I think any passionate market is brutal on their own team. So tough to compare it because we are only living in what we're living in, if that makes sense. Yeah, Bruins and Hawks fans are the worst in terms of... Yeah, that's true. In terms of our history with them, I'd say Bruins more than the Hawks. But good point. Really good point. Thoughts on some U.S. teams allowing fans? No, it's just strange. When I see fans at anything right now, it's just strange. But I don't know the numbers in the particular states and cities. But yeah, I'm in no rush. As much as I love the Canucks, I want it to done well here. Clay, would you like to see Hoggy in the shootout? I would. I feel like he would have some nice moves. He definitely has some nice hands. Yeah, and I think because he's a rookie. I don't think he'll be nervous, actually. I think he'll have a I don't care attitude and probably come up with some sick move. What will it take for the Canucks to make the playoffs? Chris, just playing like this. Honestly, if they play at this pace, 7 out of their last 9, they play at this pace, they will make it. But easier said than done, obviously. Good luck with Jimmy VC. Logan, it sounds like you are a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. Tell us about him and tell us if the Maple Leafs fans liked him. 2019, last time Besser scored in shootout, according to Harsinder. That's crazy. Wow. In 2020, 2021, Emil Pettersson has 46 points in 47 games. Okay, that's pretty good. Zuking scared for Friday. Adam, can anyone tell me his VC signed beyond the season? No. We adopted his contract. It's a 1-year contract worth $900K. And yeah, it's worth, if he does well, it's worth keeping him around for another 1 year for another $1 million for sure. Hoglander got away with a trip on the second goal. Yeah, Shafin, it was tough to see if Shabbat got tied up, tripped, or if Hoglander helped him to the ice. Gmod, that's why I don't like leaving half. But Gmod, you're in the Maritimes, right? That's traditionally Montreal. Is it Montreal and Boston territory in the Maritimes? Let me know. VC at times didn't show up. Okay, good to know. Why don't we play Hoglander the extra frame, especially with PD out? Avash? I agree. Besser should definitely not be. Okay, so not a lot of Besser love, but remember, sometimes you go with who's hot in the game, and Besser had a good game, and he scored in the game. VC was on the second line. Can Demko reach or surpass Luongo win shutout records? Yeah, Sheldon, remember, Luongo played a lot. He played a lot. But I think Demko can be as good. I don't know about the actual wins and shutouts for sure. I think it's hard to get shutouts now, especially with our team. The teams that Luongo backstopped here were a lot better. So I don't know if Demko will ever meet his shutout record, but I definitely think he can play as well as Luongo did for sure. Tayeb thinks there's not a lot of penalty. Yeah, only 4 power plays today. Canucks power play didn't look so good. Jacob, still not sure 100% how waivers work. Can you do a quick explanation? Yeah, depending on the type of contract. Yeah, basically, if you're a pro player, forget about taxi squad. In a regular season, regular non-COVID world, if you want to assign a player to the minors, a pro player, like if we, for whatever reason, want to get Pettersson or Horvat down to the minors, obviously a ridiculous example, they have to clear waivers first. That means the other 30 teams have a chance to claim him. And they go in reverse order. So whoever's the worst team in the league right now, Ottawa or Detroit, whoever it is, they get first dibs, and you just go reverse order. That means Toronto wanted to either assign this year with the taxi squad, you still have to assign players get players through waivers. So if Toronto was trying to assign VC to either taxi squad or to their farm team in the AHL, they have to go through waivers, but then every team has a chance to claim them. That's why you have to be really smart with your roster decisions at the start of the year. And then the team that claims that player off waivers doesn't have to give anything up, but they are now responsible for that player's contract. Montreal and Boston majority here in the Maritimes. Good. Should we play Demko Friday or Saturday? Avash, I think you go Demko Friday, because if you go Hopi Saturday, then you fly back across the country for a game on Monday, a very important game against Winnipeg. So I don't want Demko playing Saturday, then playing Monday. I'd rather have Hopi playing Saturday and then Demko playing Friday, Monday, if that makes sense. Did they play better this game? Gave up 2 goal leads. It's confusing. They started better, but Ottawa came on again. When it comes out, and yes, Disney is making it, would you watching the David Ayers movie? Yeah, I'll watch it. Are they really making it? Hey, Clay, imagine we had Jack Edwards as play-by-play man. Would you keep your season ticket? I don't know what I'd do, Adam, if we had him. Who's your favorite Canucks player right now on the team? Mine is Besser. Yeah, Noah, I've always liked Horvat ever since my son Sean caddied for him at a golf tournament. I've written songs about Horvat. And I like Bo a lot. You know, talent-wise, you got to love Hughes and Pettersson, but Bo's always been really good to me. So he's my favorite player. T-Dot wasn't reliable and appeared to have top 9 potential about VC. Montreal and Calgary are losing right now. Awesome. Do you think this taxi squad system will continue beyond this year? No. Avash, I think it's just for this season. Thoughts on Buffalo? They've lost 12 straight now. Yeah. It's impressive, fan base by location. Yeah, Gmod, it was when I was in, that place that I told you I went to, with that weird name. Gmod, what was the name where I went to? Anyways, I met hockey fans there because I was recording Canuck. Actually, if you look it up, I don't think I named it Maritimes. I recorded a couple of Canucks vlogs when I was in the Maritimes and Nova Scotia and such, and I would meet hockey fans, and they would tell me that they're mostly Montreal and Boston fans out there. All right, Jim Benning, we're gonna give you a bit of a break, I think. Like the enthusiasm, Jim Benning, but I also like maturity. I'll just say it like that. VC is a no-risk, excellent move by the Canucks. I agree, T-Dot. You're welcome, Jacob. Hell of a shot. Welcome, welcome. I'm guessing you came over from Rob's show, which is fine. All good. David Ayers movie, yeah. They should just put Hopi in when Allen is in, right, Clay? Yeah, it's funny, Hercinder. You think sometimes you play your starter against their backup to give you a better chance to win, but we know that the margin is so thin right now. I don't think it matters. Actually, as I say that, it might not matter who's in net for Montreal, Price versus Allen, but maybe it will. But it definitely matters for the Canucks. So maybe the margin isn't so thin, but you just give yourself the best chance to win. Sometimes you don't even know who the starting goalie is. Thoughts on Barstool? Lots of people getting trapped in the Hornets' nest. Yeah, Shafeen, I don't want to get into it too much. I saw the whole Gordon Miller thing yesterday. I've seen broadcasts and stuff. My thoughts is I don't watch or read a lot of their stuff, to be honest with you, so I don't have a comment. I can't comment on how bad their content is, but if there enough people are saying it, then there must be some truth to it. John Scott movie. Do you think they missed Levo? I always felt when he wasn't injured, he was a good winger for Bo and more consistent than for Tannen. Yeah, it's tough though because he got hurt in December last year, so we basically played the rest of the season without him. I don't think it's a big loss to the team. Besser is my favorite player, Bellamy. I know you met him, Clay. He's a really good guy. Yeah, he's awesome. He's humble. We know the stories about him off the ice. I really like Besser a lot as well. I think we have a lot of good character guys on this team. Rome, they did fire Kruger. They fired him today. Esquimalt, no, it wasn't Esquimalt. Charlottetown. No, Charlottetown, but it was another, I think I messaged you. No, it was a small town name, like Churro or Turco or something like that. Yes, I have been to Charlottetown, but it was another smaller town name. Gmod. T-Dot loves the old Canucks jersey, black and gold and red. Yes, the flying skate. Yes, Hercinder, Jack Edwards, brutal. How many players have you met on the Canucks right now? I've only met one, and that was Jake. Oh, that's cool, Noah. Noah, I've met every player on the team that was here last year. Basically, so any guys that we signed in the off season, I haven't met. So I haven't met Schmidt. I haven't met Hamonic. I haven't met Michaelis. I haven't met Harluck. But everyone else I've met. So Miller, Horvat, Besser, Pearson, Demko, Gaudette, Edler, all those guys. Because usually it's at one, two places because I volunteer for the Canucks charity event. So it's the golf tournament where I meet almost all of them, or it's the Dice and Ice. So I've been blessed, and I've met Travis Green a few times as well. So been blessed to know the majority of the team. Yeah, Shafeen, I agree. The Canadian division won't happen next year, but I think they will do 2 or 3 game sets. They'll build that in the same city, build that into the season because of the positive feedback, less travel. And it's too bad that the players can't enjoy the cities this year because they are locked up in their hotel room. Why did Montreal start so good? If they started like how they are right now, I think we'd be ahead of them. If they started like they are right now. Yeah. Well, a lot of their wins came against us. I think there was the excitement of being a new team, like new guys. Yeah. Bubble Demko movie. Thank you, Logan, for that. Wishing us luck with VC. Yeah. I probably missed this point, but I found your channel, but it's emo Japanese. Yeah. Adam, there's no disrespect at all. It's actually emo. You actually say both O's, but I don't say that. It sounds like I'm stuttering. So we say emo. I get a lot of imu and emu because of the way it's spelled, but it's indeed emo. So my late father passed away in 2004. He's Japanese, and my mom is Chinese. So I'm half Japanese, half Chinese. Levo is inconsistent on the Leafs. Yeah. Do you miss Fantenberg as well? The guy was pretty decent board battles in front of the net. Yeah, Hercinder, not a big loss for me. I like Stetcher more than Fantenberg. So, no, I don't really miss him. I like Hamonic a lot better, actually. Yeah, Sheldon, I think they should stop. Even Demko has hinted that he doesn't want to be called Bubble Demko anymore. This is who he is. Yes, churro. That sounds right. Gmod, I'm just looking that up right now. But churro in Nova Scotia. I think that, oh, you know where I was? Where was that? Oh, there's a famous band or something. A famous pub. Famous pub in Truro. No, it wasn't Truro. Okay. Sorry, I'll have to figure this out another time. But I think it was Truro. All right, let's get back to this. Demko looks excellent. Anderson is the Leafs' weak spot. Yeah, I thought Anderson, though, really improved last year in the bubble, especially. No, not Tofino. Thanks, Shannon. I'm looking for a place on the East Coast that I've been to, on the Maritimes. Underrated on the whole team. Yeah, underrated on the whole team. Underrated. I'd say Hamonic because I think he's been really good. But yeah, friendships are important. Chemistry. Yeah, we got a young core that we can build around for sure. Who are you picking for the Stanley Cup? I think it's gonna be Tampa and Vegas. Tampa winning. Montreal just scored. Oh no. The Canucks need a high pick in the draft. Yeah. We've never won the lottery. Is it a long enough sample size for Demko to be fairly established as legit number one? Yeah, Shafin, I think it has been. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind. Thanks for that, Clay. No problem, Adam. RIP to your father. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah, good point. Montreal feasted on Ottawa. Good point. T. Clay should be a GM on the low. Thank you. What is on the? See, I'm not very cool. What does on the low mean? Is that good, or does that mean you're saying I'm not high? Casey, maybe check your history on Google Maps. Yeah, that's a good point. It was like 7 years ago though, but I'll find it. Demko's Bar and Grill. Hello, Sonny. Galchenyuk can regain his confidence with the Leafs. 3-2 Winnipeg. Okay, so these games are getting closer. Yep. So it's 3-2 Winnipeg over Montreal. What's the Calgary score right now? Clay, have you met anyone on the Hockey Central panel? For example, Elliot Friedman, David Amber, Anthony Stewart. I've met Elliot Friedman. I met him at the Canucks draft. I've asked Friedman to be on my Zoom chats 3 times. He hasn't replied yet, so we'll see. But yes, I've met Friedman. He was nice. He was the one who was telling me the Canucks were in on Tyson Barrie, but the Colorado wanted Stetcher and another piece back. I can't remember what it was. But yes, I've met Friedman. Nice guy. In what scenario does Benning get to keep his job in the offseason? I think if the Canucks finish the season strong and make the playoffs, he's going to keep his job. Shafin, were you also waiting for an Aquilini tweet always after wins? No, I don't. I think I follow him, but I wasn't looking for it. Truds, I know you like Jake a lot. I do too. I've talked about how I've met his family, bought a t-shirt. Family was sitting behind me. They said nice shirt. So I got to meet his parents. But he's not really an impact player. How come VC didn't play? Visa issues. His employer is listed as Toronto Maple Leafs. Now it's got to say Vancouver Canucks. Sonny, Demko's playing style reminds me of Price. Very good. Very good. Holy, I just realized we're at the 49-minute mark. Yes, I will let you know if I make it back to New Brunswick. Sheldon, did you ever want to work in sports business when you were in business school? No. I flirted with the idea of becoming a player agent or something like that, but that's more of law as opposed to business. So I'm sure it's a bit of both. No, Sheldon, never really thought about it. I was really set on being an accountant, failed out of my accounting exams, now working for the church full time, but doing a lot of speaking and doing this. But this isn't work. This is fun. For it to be work, you got to be able to get paid, right? On the low. Thank you. Clay on the low Benning. Let's go with it. Have you ever met any of the TSN guys? The local ones, yes. I've met Sakaris, I've met Price, I've met Don Taylor, I've met Moj, I've met Halford and Bruff. The national guys, no. I've met Duthie, but I haven't met Drager or Mckenzie. Don't you think that Francesco will keep betting even if they don't make the playoffs, considering their relationship? Yeah, even if the Canucks don't make the playoffs, but they finish strong, I think he could still stay. Why did they extend Jake? Still don't understand it. And why 2 years? Shafin, I still think they're hopeful for him. I thought we were going long because we won. No, I just completely lost track of time. And I actually have an appointment at 9 tonight, but that's okay. What's Dusty up to these days? Adam, great question. He's got a podcast, and he's probably waiting for the KHL legal drama to settle. If you don't know anything about that, look up Dusty Emo KHL. I shouldn't say anything too much right now, but I think he's looking for a job right now. All right, 51 minutes. I'll skip let's do 3 minutes of Ask Me Anything, non-Canucks, non-hockey related, and then I'll give you my idea for Friday night, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, we'll go for 3 minutes max for this because we're already at the 51-minute mark. Non-Canucks, non-hockey related, Ask Me Anything. You guys know I used to do this on Sundays. I used to do a complete vlog about this, but now, no Jollibee in Vancouver. Yes, not yet. Favorite places for sushi? In Richmond, it's Matsuyama. I love that place. In Vancouver, I go to a place called Sushi Mura, close to my work. I'm all about practicality and not about spending too much money. Favorite player in NHL 21? Don't play it enough, fangirl, to be honest with you. So I can't answer that properly. But any player that could help me score. Favorite conference you did? Inferno. Great question. Great question. Are you talking about a conference that I spoke at? By the way, 8 years ago, I was in Rome on this day, which is kind of cool. Favorite conference you did? I think Houston. I spoke in Houston once. I did 4 talks there. And if that's what you're talking about, yeah. I spoke for 2,500 kids in Houston. Are you much of an amusement park guy? I am, Noah. Both local and Disneyland. Our family, we've been to Disney about 10 or 12 times. I love it. And despite being old and fat, I love riding the crazy rides. I'll do roller coasters and drops. I will not do spinny though. Guys, please be patient betting. He's a trainee GM. We're going to give him a few. That's good. Do you ever go to McDonald's late at night to get food like I do sometimes? Yeah, it's not good for my diet, but I do. Least favorite food? Chinese food, to be honest with you, even though I'm half Chinese. Where's the best place to get a burrito in Richmond? Oh, I wouldn't know that, Fillmore. Burrito? Not a big fan. Favorite potato chips? Lay's ketchup. Favorite ice cream flavor? Strawberry. Do Canadians like Mexican food? Yes, many do. My son Sean is dating someone born and raised in Mexico. Are you a fan of lobster? Yeah, I eat it. Have you ever encountered a wild animal in BC? Not in BC, but I've been on an African safari before, which was amazing experience. Favorite thing about Northern BC, since I know you've been there? I think the people, because I'm not going to say the weather. When was your house built? 2004. We're the original owners. Who was your role model growing up besides family? Ooh, great question. I had a family friend named Brad Jang, who I looked up to. Shafin, just want to say thanks for the live stream. It's been a tough few months having to work but not producing enough to get paid. Brings some joy through a tough time. Shafin, I'm sorry to hear that. And I hope even if this brings you a smile or a bit of reprieve, I'm certainly glad to do that. I'm sorry to hear about your struggles. Clay, best place to get ice cream in BC. I'm not a big gourmet ice cream fan. I love this little place called Mary's in Steveston. What's your favorite pot? Pepsi. Have you been to Knott's Berry Farm amusement park? No, I haven't. James, hi from Taiwan. Hey, James. Hearing you talk about Richmond food makes me miss home so much. Come back anytime, brother. Will somebody send me ketchup potato chips? Okay, we'll figure that out. Have you ever tried poke bowls in Vancouver? They're amazing. Yes. In fact, there's a poke place walking distance from my place that we go about once a month. Favorite dog breed? Well, it's got to be a Shih Tzu. That's what I have. Followed by pugs. Do you like Filipino food? I do indeed. Lumpia, lechon, baboy. Yes, I like all those things. My wife, Gail, cooks it very well. Gail, Chinese, but born and raised in the Philippines. Pitbull's guarding me. Wow. Wow, wow. Impressive. Okay, that's good. Okay, we're at the 55-minute mark. Thanks, everyone. You know, I'm actually not going to talk about what I'm going to do in my stream. You're just going to have to come on Friday night just to see what the surprise is. I will do a regular stream talking about the game for about 45 or 50 minutes. And then I'll stay on for another 20 minutes to half an hour with a new toy that I'm going to go pick up now at 9 p.m. So there's my spoiler. On Friday night after the stream, I will extend the stream by about 20 minutes to half an hour to play with my new toy. That sounds a little bit funny. It's not meant to sound gross. You'll just have to, you can guess. Actually, while I'm doing my wrap up for the last 2 minutes, take a guess. Take a guess what my new toy is. And if you know me a little bit, you could probably figure this out with just a bit of logical thinking. I'm going to go pick it up now. And I'm going to have it in my house for a little bit. And I'm going to use it on my stream on Friday night. So those are my hints. Leave a comment. I love to know what your guesses are. Thanks again. Canucks win 3-2. Climbing ever so closer to a playoff spot. It'd be great if Montreal and Calgary end up losing tonight, but we will see. And I hope to see you on Friday night. Thanks to all the mods for your help once again. You had to do a bit of work tonight. Where's Dexter, by the way? We got to make sure he's okay. Thank you for your help, mods, and to all of you. Look for my Monkey 9. Oh, I didn't think of my sponsor. Oh, so bad. Monkey 9 Brew Pub. Monkey 9 Brewing in Richmond. They're sponsoring all my post-game live streams. Gonna release the giveaway for that on the weekend. And thank you. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Like this video before you go and become a member of the channel. Thank you, Canucks Dream, as my newest member. It says 31 now, so just 4 more to go to meet my goal. And let's keep on going. By the way, again, thanks for your great feedback to my Jimmy VC video from today. It's going to hit 1,500 views later today, which is pretty exciting for me. Okay, so again, nice to be with you. Thanks for the great questions. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great night. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah!